You know what? Sometimes you try and your body cannot go, right? That's my frustration. Maybe I can figure out Crawford, but my body cannot go anymore. So I try it, but my body.
How so?
I think he looked a little bit tired. Like, I could just tell when a fighter looks a little bit tired, like mentally.
Yeah,
you could tell he had a tough camp. Sometimes sparring all those hard people is not good at that age. You just need people who's going to give you a good look. Sometimes you can leave it all in the gym. You know, Crawford looked like he had a great camp. He was fresh. His mind was fresh. Everything was sharp. Everything was clicking. And I know how it can be sometimes when it feels like sometimes you're in the gym, you see all that hard sparring, you're a little bit gun shy. Now you're not confident. He looked a little bit tired, mentally tired.
Yeah, he had been sparring with Jaron Ennis. Like, were you aware of that?
Yeah, I saw it on the internet. Yeah, I saw that. But he's been really active too. Remember, I think I just saw somebody post something. He had 11 fights in 4 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And you talk about high level fights, undefeated guys.
He seemed really frustrated in there at certain points in the fight also.
Yeah, for sure. I just think he was a little bit mentally tired. And when you're mentally tired, your brain is not sharp. Like, it's just not all the way there. Like, you throw one punch, next thing you get hit with 3 punches, like, damn. But usually you sharp, you feel me? You can make that adjustment after you throw a punch, get your defense right. But sometimes when your brain is not clear, it's not sharp. You know, it's hard to get away from punches.
He was untouchable, unbeatable, unstoppable until now. Canelo Alvarez's downfall has shocked the boxing world, and this might be the end of an era. Canelo Alvarez might be facing the toughest chapter of his legendary career. After years of ruling the boxing world, being called the face of the sport, and earning hundreds of millions in the ring, his power seems to be fading. His shocking defeat against Terence Crawford wasn't just another loss, it exposed something deeper. It made fans question whether Canelo's time at the top is finally over. His recent fights look slower, his energy lower, and his dominance fading. Could this really be the end of Canelo Alvarez? Let's find out.
Crawford is a great fighter, and I did what I supposed to do, right? I tried for every way, and I trained really hard, and he deserved all the credit. No, I try my best tonight, and I just cannot figure out the style.
Was it something specific, the movement or his speed or power, or what? Was there something you could put your finger on that gave you the most trouble?
Everything.
Okay.
He have everything.
And just one more, Canelo, it has been, I can't even know the number of years it's been since you've been without a world title. Even after you lost to Dimitri Bivol, you still were the super middleweight champion. It's been probably 10 years or whatever since you haven't had a title. Has it sunk in yet that for the first time in all that time, you're not a world champion?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Just that it's been so many years since you have not been a world champion. And so has it sunk in yet that for the first time in forever, you're not a world champion?
No, I feel a champion, no matter what. You know, I win no matter what, and I still feel a champion. So it is what it is. You need to take the loss and accept everything. But I'm gonna continue. Do it.
The fight that stunned the boxing world, Canelo versus Crawford. Before the match, everyone believed Canelo's size and strength would be too much. He's a natural 168-pound fighter, while Crawford was moving up 2 weight classes. Logic said the bigger man should win easily. But what happened was the complete opposite.
He has mastered his style. Now, typically, Latinos, they got their own style versus melanated black people. Having like more rhythm, more flashiness and panache to their stuff, more swag.
Yeah.
We just fight different than other ethnicities. If you want to throw Amir Khan in there, his ethnicity, he was in and out.
Yeah, that's the European kind of style.
Textbook, you know, but that was his style. Canelo got his style and he mastered it. Terence Crawford cannot take nothing away from him. He's like freakishly good, you know. He go both sides, southpaw, orthodox, you know. And I feel like he adapt well. But it don't take much to get hit, especially these little 8-ounce gloves. He cannot slip up. He cannot slip up. He gonna have to stay set from bing to bing from round 1 to 12, and he better be in shape. Yeah. I'm talking about like not 12 round shape. I'm talking about like 16 round shape.
Crawford outboxed him, outsmarted him, and outworked him from start to finish. Canelo kept walking forward, hunting for those trademark body shots, but he looked slow, predictable, and flat. Crawford circled him, picked his shots, and made Canelo look ordinary. When the final bell rang, the scorecards told the story. Crawford had clearly won. And with that, Canelo's aura of invincibility as a super middleweight was gone.
Makes me horny.
Yeah, baby.
To tell you I told you so.
I told you.
I predicted the Canelo Crawford fight like a goddamn fortune teller.
You're the Oracle?
Canelo's feet were cemented on the canvas as he was hitting air. What the f was that? Props to Crawford.
Thank you.
He came up 3 weight classes and fought a beautiful fight.
Good job.
What a great performance.
Did you get what you was looking for?
Like taking candy from a baby.
My candy.
He just played with Canelo, made him look silly. And before you start with your about Canelo being old, just know that Crawford is older.
I'm too old.
That's not an excuse here. Look, I promoted Canelo's entire career.
Put some respect on it.
And it was a huge flop.
How do you like them apples?
The only real fighters he's faced were Mayweather, Bivol, and Crawford. And they all toyed with him.
This wasn't just a single defeat, it was a wake-up call. Fans began to realize Canelo might not be the same fighter anymore. The signs were already there in his fight against Dimitri Bivol. Canelo looked heavy, stuck in place, unable to react the way he used to. He landed punches, yes, but the old fire wasn't there.
It's not interesting to see the fight when one person doesn't want to win at all. But it was hard fight for Canelo because he was always aiming, and even the skull didn't throw punches, and it's hard to catch him. You know, he's just moving. But his movement is good, to be honest.
Yeah.
Even in the fight with William Skull, Canelo won, but fans were not impressed. Many called the performance dull and uninspired. The energy that once made his fights must-watch moments was missing.
Crap, load of rubbish. The fight really was a waste of time. If you haven't watched it, don't watch it, because there's better things you can be doing, like probably watching the grass grow or watching some paint dry maybe. But that fight was a total waste of time. Watching that as a former unified super middleweight world boxing champion and Hall of Famer, I was thinking to myself, what an opportunity you've got there. If I was fighting still 10 years ago, if that opportunity came up for me, I know Canelo Alvarez is going to be a tough fight for anybody. I know it's a long ask trying to beat a guy like that, but come on, if I'm in there with Canelo for whatever amount of money, there's going to come a point where I'm saying, right, I'm going for it now. Probably around 3 or 4, I'm going to stick it on him and have a go. To be given an opportunity like that, Skull defending his IBF title and potentially becoming undisputed, to go in there and just perform like that, for me, it's not acceptable. And I think in my day, and with my mindset and the way I used to fight, I'd have gone for it. Just gone for it, and then give the fans, give the boxing fans, and do myself on my
His stoppage victory over Caleb Plant was another example. He won, but it felt more like wearing his opponent down slowly rather than dominating with skill and power. Against Crawford, everything finally caught up to him. His reflexes are slower. His head movement isn't as sharp. His footwork feels heavier. Canelo is now fighting with experience instead of raw athleticism, because his body can't move like before. At 35 years old with nearly 65 professional fights, the wear and tear is showing. Yes, 35 isn't old in boxing. Fighters like Bernard Hopkins and Manny Pacquiao competed into their 40s, but Canelo turned pro at just 15. That's 2 full decades of punishment, training, and wars inside the ring.
Canelo has more mileage because Bud is 40 and something and 0 now. Canelo was 40 and 0 when he fought Floyd. Canelo 62, 2 and 1.
All right, you got the record.
Bud is 41 and 0. So there's mileage there, even though Bud might be older. Can you break down for the people the mileage, how Canelo is older, even though Bud is older?
For sure. I think one of the best analogies that can be used in sports is the comparison to car.
So even though he's 35 on paper, his fighting age is closer to 40 or more. Reports say his knees are giving him trouble, and his trademark explosiveness is fading. No matter how disciplined or motivated he stays, time catches up to everyone, even legends.
If we see a fight where Canelo Alvarez looks old, and guess what? He's old. Right? And it might be a case of him being less than he was. And it'll depend also on how much Crawford takes advantage of it. Let's say Canelo doesn't look great, but we can't say the same about Crawford.
Fans love to say Canelo is still young, but the truth is, in fight years, he's an old warrior. And that's what makes this so hard to watch. Canelo doesn't have to fight anymore. He's made more money than most boxers ever dream of. He's faced the best, beaten many of them, and built a legacy as one of Mexico's greatest champions. But he keeps going because he loves the sport.
You look, if John Ryder beat me, so I'm done, right? But it's not my last fight. I'm gonna continue in boxing for a long time.
He's always said, no boxing, no life. That passion is powerful, but also dangerous. The longer he stays in the ring, the more his body will betray him. And fans might remember the version of Canelo who looks tired and human, not the fierce king who once ruled the boxing world.
Loses against Crawford, what people gonna say? He lost to a smaller guy. Where's gonna put him amongst all the Mexican, greats? Where's that gonna put him? Oh, he lost to a smaller guy in Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Most skillful guy on the planet. They don't look good, right? So I think this fight is harder on his career than a Benavidez loss. Way harder. Way more to lose. Way more to lose, bro.
There's another problem: excitement. Canelo's fights used to be electric, brutal knockouts, crushing body shots, and clever counters. Now, they don't feel the same. Fans saw it against John Ryder, against Jermall Charlo, and most clearly against Terence Crawford. The thrill is fading.